Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Vanguardian TV. I'm your host, Mahfouz Kader. Back with another edition as we're what rough days away from the general election. Um, you know, I was just watching a program, and I believe it was the Biden-Harris campaign. Miss Ashley Allison. I'm sorry, Ashley Allison, and she's a campaign manager of the Quality of Life campaign for Biden. Basically, she's stumping for Biden, and I I'm perplexed a little bit because my biggest issue with the Democratic Party, as you know, if I haven't told you, is that they go full steam ahead when it comes to voting time. All of a sudden, the black males are important. All of a sudden, the black woman vote is important. Uh, they say the black woman, Democratic black women, is the backbone of the Democratic campaign. Um, that may be, but it just seems like the same old tricks. And to be fully transparent, I did vote for the Biden-Harris campaign. I cast my vote last week via the mail. Hope it got there. I haven't got an email to confirm they got it yet. Still waiting for that. I know my wife voted, and she got her email. So I hope they're able to receive my vote without any hiccups, obviously. But this is how it is in the voting election season. There's a lot of disinformation going out. People are getting robocalls and based on the information that they receive through whatever your voting district. They get scams and schemes telling people your information disqualifies you to vote. I'm telling you, people, don't listen to anything. Don't listen to these people. Um, but back to what I was saying previously. You know, she said that for the black males, we they were going to you definitely see a quality of life or a better quality of life, but she failed to mention what is that. See, I'm tired of the these claims that you're going to do and all these statements when it comes around voting time, but you cannot break down exactly what it is. Now I know she was under a time constraint in the interview. She was being interviewed, but once again, I just don't want to get caught up in the same old. And I'm leaning right now. This would be, I'm leaning as an independent right now, going forward. Um, Obviously, um, because of the simple fact that the Democrats, uh, this is their playbook, and they get to the point where they want to make all these promises, and they're gonna do all this and give you a bunch of rhetoric about what they're gonna do for black males in this country. They're worried about the black male vote, obviously. That's why they were so concerned about the Ice Cube contract with Black America. Because, see, the most dangerous voter is the one who's undecided, especially the black male vote. And for whatever reasons, they're undecided. And, some people will decide to what's good for their bag. You know, like you had 50 Cent came out in support of Trump. Now, I don't know if that's 50 Cent trolling or he's really serious. At this point, I'm gonna have to take him as being pretty serious about that situation. As far as him, he's making a personal decision to endorse Trump based on the Biden tax plan. And so this is what I tell people: no matter how you know in common you might have with an individual, you never know what that person might do once they go into the polls, once they go into to cast their ballot. Some people is going to look out for their situation. People got investments, homes, this, that, and the other, and they're going to strictly go by the politics of it, of as far as they're tired of getting taxed, and they don't see where their money is being spent correctly. Uh, and that's an issue. It was an issue with me. I don't like all the tax hikes, but I had to make a conscious decision, and I did vote for Biden and Harris um, because I, the alternative was completely non-existent to me. Because the simple fact is, I cannot follow a man who continue to lie, continue to make a mockery out of the office of president, the White House, the presidential office, continue to mislead people, continue to, you know, fan the flames of hate, continue to throw dog whistles out there, continue to support police brutality in his speeches. I cannot I cannot I cannot vote for anyone who's who's on that in that lane of hate and division. Um, but once again, you have you know the police brutality. Um, that's an issue that needs to be cleaned up. The shooting of black Americans, African Americans, who are unarmed, the aggressive brutality of the police force. All these are issues to me and a lot of different people, a lot of other people. President Trump also, his disdain from Muslims across the world, and his racist Muslim ban. So there's a lot of different things for me that canceled Trump within immediately from the jump. So my whole thing is, what are you gonna do for the black youth, the Black Youth Campaign? What are you gonna do for minority ownership and housing in this country for minorities and people of color, and for people who are low on the economic ladder? How can people with lower incomes can achieve home ownership is very important to me. How can we get education is very important to me, especially with the youth. Obviously, this pandemic, I'm concerned about, any man who doesn't want to listen to the science and what they're advising, and taking the necessary steps to make sure that America is safe and that we can uh, get a handle on this pandemic as the numbers continue to rise. So there's a lot of different issues and that's on the table. But my vote is not going to be free. I will encourage everybody who vote for the Democratic Party to hold the candidates to task if they're able to win the election. And if they're not, if they're unsuccessful in capturing the White House, I'm still going to go out, continue to support any grassroots movement going forward, and put my attention to, put all my energy and direct all my attention to the Congress and the Senate, particularly the anti-lynching bill that was stalled by Senator Rand Paul. The fact that we have to even debate about an anti-lynching bill in 2020, I find it appalling. I find it reprehensible. I find it disgusting in this day and time. So people are still playing politics with race in people's lives. You have to ask yourself, why hasn't that bill been passed, and why hasn't lynchings been federally mandated as a federal law to ban all lynchings in this country? So the fact that we have to keep talking about that tells you just how devious this country is, and deep-rooted this country is when it comes to race issues and what they really feel about people, how they really feel about people who are affected directly in regards to that. So there's a lot of games being played, obviously, a lot of politics, as we say. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we have to come together as a country. We have to do and continue to hold out politicians and congressmen and Senate accountable. And we have to get things done in Washington, because it cannot continue to keep going the route it's going, and it's deteriorating. And if we're going to be this great nation as we claim, we have to clean up these loose end issues. Not saying this country is going to be perfect, but we have to move to a new day and see the bigger picture going forward. So I appreciate you guys checking out the channel, Vanguardian News, as we try to launch our channel and give you just our thoughts and what we really feel about certain issues. And if you visit us and you like, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. We're going to try to give you a variety of political news and just my intake and just as a American, just like everyone else, to just have concerns about this great nation, and trying to make it, try to get it on the right track back to where we need to be at in this country, as far as equality, justice for all, holding police accountable. I'm not in favor of defunding the police, but I am in favor of using that funding strongly towards if you're involved in a police shooting or incident where the individual loses his life, that you have to go to get some sensitivity training, uh, get out and meet the people you're policing in these neighborhoods. You should be required to have an open forum or town hall, not once a year, not quarterly, but at least once a month minimum, and reach out to the people and touch the people.